American, you just love to see it. So I'm really.
Hi guys, I'm back. I'm able to hold it together for a moment. However, yeah, I just got through looking at something and I see Trump on the news all the time. And I was looking into it and just seeing a man of such valor, of such prominence, such honor, you know, it was just eyebrow raising. It was just very heartfelt, to know that this man has been a pioneer far before a presidency, candidatal vote, or anybody's ballot. This man has been for so long a ginormous mover and shaker in the world. And just his stance, his presence alone, to walk past this man, be in the same room of this man, is something that you'll never forget. I remember the very first time I saw Donald Trump in person was at it was Corona, California. It was a convention that was being held there. He endorsed something. He put his stamp of approval on it. Okay, guys. And listen, Trump doesn't endorse anything that's not going to turn any money. It's not this right now. Everything should be done at least starting from a heart's place. But at least for this sake of this video here, it's business. It's just business. If he sees something that's going to turn a dollar, big dollar, listen, he's going to put his name on it. He endorsed this particular thing that I was a part of. And the first time that I was in the audience, the first time as the company was presenting their number one, most richest, most wealthiest endorsee or what have you of the company, Mr. Donald J. Trump. Well, I mean, when he came out, I just screamed. I jumped to my feet in applause, and I was just like, I mean, that is the beauty, the splendor, the power, a beautiful splendor, a beautiful power that this man has in terms of a big time mover and shaker in the world, okay? Now, quite naturally, we're getting away from that, but until we do, I do want to address something. A person, a spectator who really doesn't understand, really hasn't even seen themselves making their first $1 million or something like that, would quite naturally say, well, of course he's rich as fuck, Of course the gals, they consider me as, of course the gals are going to be hollering and hooping and hollering for him. It's the money. It's the beautiful power and prominence and the weight of what it takes to be able to make those kind of dollars way back in the day. He didn't just become a millionaire as of last year, as of last night. He's been one for some time now, guys. Back when just being a millionaire was, kind of popular or becoming more popular. This man was a billionaire back then. So that in itself, I'm not saying that we have to praise money and praise the people who make the money, but it's like, I feel like a universal thing. It's like a universal law type of thing, spiritual air to it, to the point where it's just one of those, that's just something that you naturally do. Like, wow, Donald Trump, you are fucking amazing. I want you to know that. You are fucking amazing, and I love you from the bottom of my heart. I am so proud of you. I am so proud of you. From the youth to my elder personnel, I love you so much, Donald Trump. I do. I just kissed the screen. There's my baby, my Trumpy poo. Yes, I'm so proud of you, sweetheart. And I got on to say that because my heart got heavy after I saw the splendor and everything, just seeing personnel in the same room walking past you and everything. My heart immediately got heavy after that. knowing all of the scrutiny and the judgment, with or without, any type of actual real supporting evidence of just coming against you, coming for your throat, sweetheart, and just not respecting you for the caliber of a person you are, that it takes to make those kind of bucks. That in itself, even if you don't agree with this person, even if you don't see eye to eye, well, honey, a lot of that, everyone's entitled to their own opinion. But now I'm grooming personnel to see by wherefore their opinion has been planted. Whereby does that opinion, how has it been formed? You see what I'm saying? What type of a house? And I mean, absolutely. No offense with this, okay? What type of a household did you grow up in? What type of a upbringing did you have? What did you, when you got old enough and I guess more independent enough to surround yourself with, you know, make yourself be included, ask permission beautifully but humbly. Hey, can I come join? Can I sit in? Or what have you? What interview personnel who be willing to, way back in the days, people were more willing to speak to you, but the world has gotten so just clamored with a bunch of noise about certain stuff to where people of ginormous caliber, it's like you have to have an appointment. And even those personnel who get an appointment are for some not too far down the ranks in caliber themselves, you see what I'm saying, that are even able to grace the same room of these big time movers and shakers. And so I just want people to open up a little and see whereby way your opinions have been formed and what grounds does it stand on. Okay. As I was gently debating with a lawyer, here, this wasn't what this was about, it just jumped in my head. With a lawyer here, a former lawyer, actually, she somehow, I don't know all the details in terms of how she lost her lawyer's license or what have you, Howard University. No telling what she did. Probably got up the ranks or something like that. I don't know. But anyway, she's now subject to shelter housing and transitional housing and stuff like that. Yeah, former lawyer. But anyhow, lost her house and everything. No telling what all else. But anyway, it's not about her. She's really weird, by the way. Since we're there, I saw her she really turned her back on me. I said, oh, okay, I see how you lost your license, bitch. You're a backstabbing ass piece of shit. But anyway, no telling what you did. No telling what all you did. No telling what degree, length, and extent you went to do what it is that you did. But anyhow, we were in this transitional house. And Trump was the one making some type of a speech at the time. I don't really remember. And then she said this comment. I can't even remember the comment. Child, Trump is so used to so many things hurled and swirled around his head, but that's not fair. It's not fair. You don't even know this man. And just judging based off of a question asked and his statement is immediately attacked. But what? Just forever. Like, for crying out loud, for Pete's sake. He's a great goddamn person. He really is. Why the challenge? Each and every single solitary time. The man is going to stay firm with where he is no matter how you think or feel about it. He is. His stance is his stance. And then so I forgot the question that was asked or even the discussion that was at hand that was televised at the time here in Washington, D.C. And she says something. It wasn't necessarily big time derogatory at this time or what have you, but it wasn't in favor of Donald Trump. And I just gently said, before I knew she was my arch enemy, back when I thought she still, because we used to hit it off, we used to have nice conversations. Well, I finally found someone amongst this transitional living type of lifestyle way that I can actually relate to. This is amazing. I was in love with this lady platonically. quite naturally, way later on, it didn't take long because she's educated. Education is attractive to me. It's very attractive. Someone of that caliber, before I knew her colors and stuff like that, it's a education is attractive. And she had a beautiful heart, I thought. I guess she was mimicking one. Now we're talking about sounding like, we're off into sociopath tendencies, you know. Anyhow, I didn't realize that I was later falling in love with her. I didn't let it be known to her, but I was accidentally and just falling, But anyhow, she was a great person to me once upon a time until she turned her back and showed her colors and she lied and all kind of stuff. Yeah, I see what kind of lawyer you are. You should have been barred. You need to still be behind them. Yeah. Anyway, so this lady, before I knew all that, before she showed her ass in true colors, she said something about Trump that wasn't favorable. I said, well, Sandra, you got to understand something, hon. Trump comes from a background of a lot of money, a lot of it. And just with having a lot of money, you're used to being able to, if you want something your way, okay, I can write a check to you today. Okay, how much you need? Hey, what is it? What do you need? Huh? Okay. Boom. And also people with money are, again, similar to just what I said, are used to having their way. And it doesn't mean that it's a bad thing, okay? Everyone who has money and a lot of money are not bad. People with minimum wage dollars that save up a lot can do bad stuff in order to get more stuff. So quite naturally, rich people, they're not exempt from doing bad stuff. They get caught up sometimes too. They do. No one is exempt here. No, and okay. But in terms of Donald Trump, this is a person of integrity. I've seen that. I've witnessed that. I've listened to this man. And I was just floored the first time I saw him in Corona, California. Trumpy, you remember that? It was amazing. This was probably like 2012, 13 probably. I had already had my surgery. So this had to be 2013, somewhere in here. Just amazing. But anyhow, Trump, due to how this world is set up, politics and stuff like that. If politics can bring together, that's fine. But if we finally divide and keep dividing us under, that's when we need to come back to the drawing board. I have never heard Trump publicly declare, and I'll say this, I just feel comfortable. It's what puts butterflies in my tummy that make me feel all happy and yummy. That my Trumpy poo is Russian, USSR, Czech, and I hence a little bit of Yugoslavian in there. Yeah. He's mixed. He's European mixed. And it makes me so happy and so bubbly to know that. And a man of that caliber and integrity like that, it's just unmatched. There's only one Donald J. Trump, guys. It's only one. And I was so elated to find, you're running for president. You've got to be kidding me. And it was just so wow. And he actually got it. I was like, you love who you love. You like what candidate you like. But it's like, in my opinion, I love him so much. Like, who would be a better fit or candidate? And all personnel running can have hands in, this whole thing. Although he holds and presides the main and primary place of position and things like that, lovingly, respectably. But listen, other persons of other parties can chime in. We can do this thing together, guys. And I said, what better person having the state that the America is in now, per economy and stuff like that. How much more, with our debt ceiling constantly climbing. We're in the trillions, guys. Not one, two, but three and pushing. You know? I said to myself, what better man? I later publicized it later. But what better man to be in place and position who knows about money, who knows the back, forwards, front, all ends of economics and numberages and crunching numbers and growing numbers. When something's not working, you do away with it. You revamp, go back to the drawing board, see what happens. You watch, you look, you listen, you observe, and you might not get the whole entire thing you threw out before. You might get one component of it, or hell, depending on, you just know how to play around with different things to make that motherfucking thing work and keep working, baby. And next thing you look up, you have a ginormous empire, baby. And it is so successful. Big old fucking buildings and hotels, honey. The Trump Towers and Wall Street is amazing. It's beautiful. It speaks of him and honey, listen, I love Donald J. Trump. I personally, if I had any power to endorse, I endorse Donald J. Trump. I love him so much. You just don't understand. Okay. And it's just like, it's just one of those things where I love his rawness, his realness, just get to the point already type of way of which priorly we all have been groomed in that whole type of thing or another to be so, I guess, politically correct. I mean, as long as your sources are accurate as you know them to be, state where you are in terms of that. I have 80% of this, da 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 da. State that, and hell, listen. We can feel, guys. It's okay to feel. And if it's okay to feel, damn it, it's okay to express how you feel. Call that shit like it motherfucking is. That's one of the main primary problems that personnel have with Donald J. Trump, because he doesn't seek to be politically correct. Correct in his findings or accuracy in what he's speaking about, but it's the way that he says and conveys the things that it is that he says and conveys that has people's hair raised. Like, well, honey, why is your hair raised, darling? He's just telling like it T.I. is as it pertains to him, how he thinks and feels towards it. And now that in the presidency, what the hell needs to be done about it? Okay, next case. You know what I'm saying? This guy, I love realness. I love blunt. I love that. And it doesn't come across in a way where, oh, I'm Donald J. Trump and I'm trying to hurt your feelings. No, it'll just be something like, you did something that wasn't the wisest movement. Those idiots. Anyway, moving right along. I use the term idiot all the time. I have deemed everyone, except those who don't deserve it, and they're way up. I have deemed everyone in Washington, D.C. until proven otherwise, but it keeps proving that they are. Because I haven't had a conversation with each and every single solitary resident of Washington, D.C. But I, Cherish Hunter, have deemed everyone besides those who don't deserve it a fucking idiot. They're all idiots as it compares to me. Like, goddamn, I'm showing you every fucking day you've got to be some kind of a fucking idiot to sit up there and cross me on these ways. And in my heart, I don't want to talk about that. But anyway, I feel kind of strong right now. You know, I want to stay there. But anyhow, it's like, yeah, Donald Trump, he's just that strong guy, you know? And it's like, I don't know, he just gets so misread and so misunderstood all the time. Look again, guys. Look again. Look again. You're going to see something that you've never seen in a way that you need to see it, okay, guys? Okay, I just want to say that. Signing off. Take care. Woo, we want me.